I have roughly 9 weeks to finish this donut case in time for my local fair. And so I really need to get all these donuts made. And today I'm going to be working on chocolate old-fashioned donuts. Before I start on the chocolate old-fashions, I actually need to mix up more of my dough-colored clay. And to do that, I need a small amount of yellow, some white and translucent clay, and I mix that together until it's well incorporated. For the chocolate donuts, I'm going to be using a little bit of dark clay, and I mixed in some hazelnut colored clay just to lighten it, just a tiny bit, not much. Using my donut guide underneath my acrylic sheet, I'm going to go ahead and roll out some balls of the chocolate clay, and I'm using the guide just roughly to make sure that the amount of clay I'm using is appropriate so that everything will fit on the final donut tray. Once I get these all rolled out, I can go ahead and start working on adding some of the details that will give it that old-fashioned donut look. So for adding the details, I'm going to go ahead and press the ball of clay down gently, and using the dotting tool, I'll go ahead and add the hole in the center. And once I've got the hole created, I'm going to switch tools that I'm using. I have these little, they kind of look like dental tools. And so I'm going to use one of those to gently push down around the center circle. I don't want to close the middle circle, so I'm going to be really careful not to. And I also don't want to go all the way over the edge of the donut. So I'm just going to gently create a little ring crater around the center of the donut. Once I have that made, I'm going to switch to my needle tool. And using this, I'm just going to gently push on the clay and kind of break the edge of it and kind of push it in. Old-fashioned donuts kind of have a crispy outer edge, and so they end up having kind of a rim, but that rim generally breaks in a couple spots when they cook. So I'm going to add 3 or 4 little breaks on each donut. And now that I have those details added, I'm going to go ahead and correct the center of the donut real fast because the hole did get a little distorted while I was working on it. So I want to make sure that that looks good. And then using my needle tool again, I'm just going to add little dots, kind of poking it with the needle just to add a little bit more texture to it. And I think that's pretty good. I'll go ahead and scoop that up and put it on the tray here and start working on my next one. I'm just going to continue to repeat this process until I have all of my chocolate old-fashioned donuts made, and then we'll bake them off. All right, I have them all created now, and I was using my tray kind of as a guide just to make sure they would all fit on here when they were done. So now that I got those all done, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the pan and get them ready to be baked. I bake my clay at 275 degrees for 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in right now, and then I'll see you guys when they're all done. All right, here's the final product after they've baked. I've also put a layer of gloss glaze on top of these just to give them a nice chocolate shine look. And I'm very happy with how they turned out and how they all fit on the tray. And I feel like they look really good in the case with the other donuts. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you see all my donut video content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.